Dying Light 2 is a shadow of what it used to be. At least, that's what it feels like to me. Now, before I inspire a hate mob to attack me, because supposedly the game is still 81% liked according to Steam, at least at the time of this recording, if Dying Light 2 stood alone as maybe another parkour zombie slaughterfest title, I believe it would stand relatively high. But it's its existence as a sequel to the infamous original, Dying Light, that really highlights a lot of the shortcomings compared to the first. Now, I pre-ordered Dying Light 2. My expectations were high. I really wanted this game to be just like the first. Meaty zombie combat, fun and engaging parkour, along with the other high standards I had set for myself. But after the first few hours of the game, it really began to let me down. Something just started to feel off. It was slow at first. A few bugs here and there, floating zombies, a few sync issues with my co-op partner, and whereas he picked it up sooner than I did, I wanted to try and give it the benefit of a doubt. A few launch bugs here and there can really be expected on a big ambitious title like this. But it started to hit me as soon as I realized that there is so much cut content. Small quality details that I noticed just weren't there anymore, and of course, I thought it was crazy. I figured it must just be me. I must have low settings or something, despite playing with most detail settings set on high. I was made aware that there were a few videos out there comparing back-to-backs of Dying Light 1, and holy crap, I'm not crazy. I would show them here, but I'm afraid of being takedown struck. I still don't know the rules of YouTube yet. But it was all true. The zombie brutality just isn't as impactful as it used to be, something I really took for granted I never knew I had until it was stripped due to time constraints. The meaty impact of bone-splitting x-rays as the game comes to a satisfying time stop, or luring zombies into a grapple that sends them hurtling into a barrel of spiked rebar, impaling them into this beautiful mound of corpses. These things either don't exist anymore or lack the details that made them feel strong in the first place. In my experiences and a bit of research online, supposedly the X-ray no longer happens, and kicking zombies against rebar just causes this unsatisfying ragdoll to the floor. It's so weak, man. I won't even begin to list the desync issues I ran into while playing. The list would go on forever, really. But I'll list one of them. One of my favorite moves in Dying Light was hoarding gas tanks, having the others give it a love tap while I just sent it into a crowd of zombies. It could just be a bug, but every instance we tried this again, no visual, no audio input occurred that warned of this incoming explosion. So the person who ignited it can see it, but the other player is completely oblivious. This has caused more than my fair share of deaths in the game. But past just the bugs alone, they added new systems and features to the game that personally I feel like have no place. Now you have armor to manage and grind for that dictate your playable class, and you're not able to repair your weapons from the beginning with scrap anymore. Just go find a new one, loser. And an off point, they removed your ability to throw your weapons, even as a learnable skill. I don't know about anyone else, but yeeting a used pipe at a zombie skull felt very, very impactful. And gone with weapon repairs is the animation of your weapons deteriorating as you bludgeon zombies with them, and then DIY'd them back to full health with duct tape and metal, which showed itself on the weapon model. But nope, now you get armor that shows on your character. Some that could easily have been made into outfits like the original. I guess I just prefer not having another system to manage numbers in, you know? I mean, I think I know one area I'd cut resources from to give me back the ability to throw a cleaver into a zombie skull and then run up and pull it back. It's just really disappointing, man. And I keep coming back to the game, really giving it its time in the spotlight. I really want to get my $60 worth, but every time I try to play it now, it just feels like the game is fighting me. And every time something really dumb happens, I'm sitting back thinking, man, the first wasn't like this. I really want to go play Dying Light again. Which I guess, props to you. You're making me want to go play a game that came out 6 or 7 years ago. You'd think 6 or 7 years is plenty of time to find out what made it fun and, you know, keep it, but hey, I'm not a game designer. And I won't rip on the game exclusively. I mean, there were a few good things that I'd like to mention. The nighttime immunity system is a cool concept. Really encourages exploration at night, but careful exploration. But I feel like the atmosphere of the first game really did that way more justice. And the parkour system feels like a small step up. New moves, fluid parkour chains across the open world. As a parkour game, it definitely beats the first. I guess it feels more like a Mirror's Edge game at that point. So, as a parkour game, it gets a good. But as a zombie killing game, it's just... I guess, in conclusion to that rant, go play Dying Light 1. End of video. No, but really, see for yourself. Go watch a few videos on what they changed for the sequel. I won't try and make my own of that. There's already too many of them out there. It'll amaze you. It did for me. As a zombie game, I rated 6 out of 10. Better than the average, but against its behemoth of an ancestry, it's a very, very weak installment. Save your hard-earned cash. Or better yet, go buy the first game. It's definitely going to be on sale, and it definitely feels better to play. I'll try putting out updates over my Twitter about my experiences with the game. I won't be covering the game for too long, though. It's not that big a part of my channel. Soon, it'll be time to put this all behind me and kind of move on. Maybe hope for Elden Ring. Thanks to anyone who takes the time to listen to my rant. I needed to share my thoughts and really see if I was the only one. It's like, no one else can see this. No one else notices the downsides of this game. But apparently, other YouTubers do. And small channel update to anyone who cares to watch. If you don't, you can move on. Dying Light 2 is over. I'll be shifting slightly from my gameplays to a few other topics I want to talk about. Past that, nothing too new. Just a heads up. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't like it, remember to downvote the shit out of it on your way out. And if you did, hit the bell for more of my big, dumb, fuzzy opinions on things I shouldn't have opinions on. Till the next full moon, I bid you all woo.